must practice. And we must, if we have to look at life differently, I have to think, as I was talking about priorities earlier, I have to harmonize, I have to balance four things of life. Many of us do one or two or three, but not all the four. And if you are able to balance it out, and the four are your family, your work, family is your own kith and kin, work is your career, your job, whatever it be, your business, profession, social, the society, what you do for the people around, as I said, universal law of giving where you can practice to its utmost. And the last but not the least is spiritual. So we are talking of personal, professional, social and spiritual. 2 P's and 2 S. Personal, that is our family around. Professional is your career, business, vocation, whatever you're talking about. You must have goals, priorities, but balance this. Let me remind you, we should not get into the situations Datta, S.M. Datta told. I said, I want this message to go to every young executive, that while you are craving for your success and for your position and for your money and whatnot, please, for God's sake, don't forget your family. Because if you do one at the cost of the other, it will be a more than big sacrifice. You must learn the art of balancing, harmonizing. You should also learn, while you do other things, that you have an obligation to society. And most important is spiritual, for your own self, soothing your own soul, grooming your own self, your conscience. And therefore, friends, I would like to end with a small, what I call as prayer. The power of prayer. I think when we have to look at life and look at life differently, friends, we must understand that prayer can work miracles. As Ralph Waldo Trine, an author who wrote a book more than 100 years ago, unfortunately that book is out of print. You don't get English copies available. No. There are some very nice Gujarati translations. One of the book our foundation brought out. And I only wish, in fact, in my book, Inspirational Gems, I have profusely quoted from that book, where the title of the book says, In Tune with the Infinite. Because if all this, what I said earlier, you want to effectively and successfully and meaningfully achieve in life, you can only do in tune with the infinite. Because when you have a direct connection with the Lord, you get all the source of power. How do you establish that connection? That is through prayer. And prayer does not mean, you can have your own, devise your own innovative, meaningful way. I am not talking of any those tilaks and going and doing sashtangs or going to a particular temple and trying to do all kinds of hatha yogas and all that. No, friend. In your own simple way, whatever it is. But it is communion with Lord, because if that communion is achieved, you get your biggest source of power through which you can really live your life most meaningfully. And therefore, friends, I want to just share with you while I conclude. My prayer made all the difference. It's a beautiful poem. Many a times we don't realize this. And I'll end with the final quote. The prayer says, or the poem says, I got up early one morning and rushed right into the day. I had so much to accomplish that I didn't have time to pray. Many times we say, don't even get time to remember God. I'm so busy. Problems just tumbled about me, the poet says, and heavier came each task. Why doesn't God help me, I wonder? God answered, You didn't ask. Didn't ask. I wanted to see joy and beauty, but the day toiled on grey and bleak. I wondered why God didn't show me. He said, but you didn't seek. I tried to feel God's presence. I used all my keys at the lock. God gently and lovingly chided, my child, you didn't knock. So, finally the poet admits, so I woke up early this morning and took my time to pray, and it made all the difference, for I had my great day. Friends, let me tell you, if you want to have a great day, start with a small prayer. And use your prayer throughout all day. And without any formalities, anything, just in the bottom of your heart, in your mind, think that God is with you. Because He is omnipresent. There's no reason why. In fact, Aham Brahmasmi. That's what our Vedas and Upanishads say. He is very much sitting within you. You have to only realize that you can draw power from Him. And that is why, friends, no wonder I always, here on this forum, I conclude with this message over and over again, that the grace of Almighty can only shower on us if only we remember. This is the entire message. If I have to say one thought of Gita, what Krishna said to Arjun, how do you translate it in one line? When the Lord said, Sharanam Mama, come to me and surrender yourself. And Arjun, having realized that, and he transformed, because the moment he realized that the Lord Almighty was with him, he had all the power to fight any number of armies in the world. And therefore, friends, if nothing more, if just this prayer we say, Lord, help me to remember that nothing is going to happen today which you and I together cannot handle. If I think this is the spirit of life, if this is how we start viewing life, if this is how we look at life differently, friends, let me assure you, it will make wonders and would only tempt you to share this beautiful couplet where the Shire has so beautifully said that the most difficult of his journeys, were lightened with such millions of lamps across on his way, when the Shire said, हमें सहल हो गई मंजिलें, हवा के रुख भी बदल गए. हमें सहल हो गई मंजिलें, हवा के रुख भी बदल गए. तेरा हाथ हाथ में आ गया, तो चिराग राह में जल गए. May Lord Almighty light millions of lamps across all our ways, if we all learn how to look at life differently.